Hello and welcome back to the next part of my Total War 3 Kingdoms event coverage. In the first video, I broadly covered several campaign features, and today we are moving on to battle and army features. If you want a detailed breakdown on battles specifically, I definitely recommend Milk and Cookies Total War or even Turin for that content, as that's the sort of thing they specialize in, and hopefully they covered it. As always, let's dive in. Armies in Total War 3 Kingdoms are unlike anything we've ever seen in a Total War game. If I remember correctly, an army can only be created in a region where your support is high enough. That makes sense anyways. Instead of recruiting one general or captain and then recruiting subsequent units, you choose a character and he comes with a couple of units already, which is the beginning of their retinue. Clicking on the character shows the small handful of special units that the retinue leader desires. If these units are recruited, they receive a synergy bonus with that leader, providing several buffs in battle that will tip the balance in their favor. I talked to Powell, the project art director, and he said that the synergy bonus is definitely noticeable in both campaign as well as multiplayer, so without a doubt, that's worth keeping in mind when you can. Should you not be able to afford those special units or simply want some different ones for your retinue, you can certainly recruit any units available, but be aware the synergy bonus will not be there. The only limitation to unit recruitment lies in your retinue leader's rank. Units are not unlocked via technology or buildings as far as I saw. Your lower rank retinue leaders will only have access to militia or lower rank units. As they rank up, your access will expand, giving rise to more elite units. This is crucially important, and you will want to keep your higher rank generals alive, if only for the following reason. Transferring units between armies or retinues is not possible. The units recruited in a retinue will 100% always stay in that retinue. Meaning, if your extremely high ranking general dies, you cannot just recruit a high tier unit from another retinue and transfer them to a new low rank leader. It also affects the mid to late game. You'll want to keep an eye on the satisfaction of your high ranked retinue leaders, for if they choose to switch sides or rebel, they take the units inside their retinue with them. The last thing you want is a high tier retinue suddenly turning against you. Merging units is also not possible even inside your own retinue. This is something I really don't agree with at all because it makes no sense. It does make sense not to have cross-retinue merging, but I don't see any reason why you can't merge within the own retinue. Instead, if you need a full unit quickly, you can simply disband a unit, but there's now a cooldown timer before you can recruit that same unit again. It's a little wonky, and I think it needs some work before release. I did want to touch on a couple of very interesting mechanics regarding retinue leaders. First off, characters have a chance to be captured in a post-battle defeat. It wasn't clear what conditions or factors determine when a character can be captured, but it brings an interesting strategy to the battlefield. You could, for instance, capture an enemy's heir in battle and turn around and force him to fight against his father. It may even be entirely possible he would enjoy it, depending on their end-game relationship. The other mechanic is not a new one. There will be points where a single soldier performs well above the others. Seeing this, you have the option to promote the man, making him into a full-blown character. I believe there are over 300 pre-named characters in Kingdoms, not to mention a random name generator. Battles are something that we've seen already and not my specialty, so I'll stick to features of battles that I enjoyed. First, I received an ancillary follower that allowed me to use pike wall and spear wall formations in battle, which I thought was really interesting. I couldn't use them in battle, but I assume it's because I was fielding only militia units, but it's great to know that a follower or a character within your retinue can give you a significant level over your enemy like that. One of the most interesting features is that 3 Kingdoms has an auto formation mechanic now. Selecting a group of different troop types and dragging it across the map no longer generates a long battle line, but is automatically broken up with infantry up front, ranged in the back, and cav on the flanks. This has a lot of potential, as you won't have to micro formations as intensely from previous games. Duels were actually extremely fun to watch, but didn't take as much micro as we saw in previous videos. For those wanting a potentially more historical approach to battles, you can auto-refuse duel invitations from the enemy at no morale cost to your troops. If you want, you could never have a duel in the fantasy campaign, or you could play a little bit unfair and only call on duels when it's advantageous for you. The battles themselves were a bit like fighting Skaven in Warhammer. Morale was not balanced in this build and units routed pretty easy as a result. It was still a blast to play though, and I may have had the biggest battle in the group, with my meager 1,300 soldiers taking on around 3,000 and winning thanks primarily to the beast that is Zhang Fei. In many ways, armies and battles will look very different for both new and veteran Total War players. That doesn't mean they won't be enjoyable to play and strategize with. 3 Kingdoms is very quickly shaking up the formula that is Total War, and in both battles and army mechanics, we see that loud and clear, and in a way for the better. Thank you for tuning in to the second part of my Total War 3 Kingdoms event coverage. It's my hope that you're grasping just how different Three Kingdoms is going to be. If you haven't seen the Three Kingdoms campaign video, go take a look, and be sure to watch the final part of my Three Kingdoms coverage as I soak up the last of my 20 minutes coverage going over character development. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turning on the bell so you're always up to date with videos. Check out my Patreon as well if you'd like to support the channel to a greater degree. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.